Whoa! The sound echoed down the empty hallway as I slapped my hand against the wall. Oh, that's what that was. Boom. Uh-oh, are we like cornering Hikari? We're like, girl, why the fuck did you take my bike yesterday? You just biked off! The wall slap used to be a pretty popular thing, originating from girls' comics. It's where a guy corners a girl against the wall, throws his hands up to block her escape, and speaks some cheesy line. I'd always thought it looked corny and embarrassing, but now that I had Hikari trapped against the wall, I think I understood its appeal. Yep, because you're not going anywhere, girl. It's rather effective, huh? It's actually quite effective, exactly. At such close range, the girl can't run away, or play dumb and pretend she didn't hear you. I like you, Hikari, do you hear me? Do you get it now, huh? You wanted to pretend yesterday you didn't hear it? Well, too bad. I'm reminding it of you to you again today. Wow. Her blush is almost redder than her hair. Go out with me. Damn, we're being forceful. Holy shit, I like this Akito. You're like, I like you. Go out with me, girl. I'm not even giving you an option. Oh, shit. Damn. That's gotta hurt. No matter how confident of a guy you are, okay? No matter how confident you are, it's gotta sting at least a little bit when she just says no thanks. Hikari answered bluntly as she diverted her eyes from mine. Just then, a couple girls from the culture club came around the corner. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, the good old cliched wall slap. Well, they do. They do. I didn't know the girls, but they kept stealing glances our way as they passed us and disappeared around the corner. Kari's blushing hard though. And now she looks a little cross-eyed. God damn it. Hikari looked back at me. Her eyes didn't express shyness, however. They were full of resentment. Ah, what the fuck did she just kick? Ouch! Ah. I grabbed a shin Hikari had kicked and started hopping around in pain. Ah, man, kicking me in the shin is embarrassing too. Hikari left without another word and took off for a room full of people. Damn, screwed up again. This seems like one of those plans. I'm pretty sure he just spent the last night, right? Last night he couldn't sleep. He spent the entire night awake concocting up this brilliant plan on how to convince Hikari to go out with him. And the best he could come up with was a wall slap and like, I like you, go out with me. And then didn't even consider that, you know, the girl might retaliate in any way, shape, or form. You gotta look at those things. You at least keep them in mind, you know? You gotta think of, okay, what could happen worst case scenario? And I feel like getting kicked is definitely one of them. Although the shin might not be the worst area, there's definitely at least one worst area to be kicked in. And I'm glad we didn't get kicked there at least. I'd been shot down a few days ago, but that hadn't discouraged me from trying again. I would have never confessed in the first place if I hadn't thought I could endure this. I was trying my hardest to get Hikari to see me. Damn. This is actually a rather unique situation as well, right? The girl is constantly kind of rejecting us, but we're like, we're not giving up. Come on, girl. And then we're trying to make her see us rather than usually the girl wants to be seen by the guy. As it sort of was in the Corona route, right? The Corona route was sort of like Corona wanted to be seen by Akito as a woman, you know, as a full-grown, full-fledged female, not just as a kid alone. And here it's more like, you know, we want Hikari to look at us and recognize our feelings and don't just run away from it and pretend it's not there or it doesn't exist. Uh-oh. Did Saya hear about this? I feel like Hikari probably kept this all a secret from Saya. Oh, nowhere. Oh, Hikari's here too. Oh, she ran in here. Hey. As soon as I entered the room, Hikari slipped behind Saya to get away from me. Yeah, Hikari, why are you acting suspicious? Nothing happened, right? Whoa, she sounded like like a dog or something, right? It's just growling angrily, like she's about to pounce you and then rip you to shreds, not in a good way. She had all her guards up. After being confessed to and having to counter my attacks so many times, she looked more worried than a stray cat on the street. My confession today had been my 4th. Holy shit! Okay, well, damn, 4th. The second time hadn't been so good. How did that go? Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. I could hear the music coming from Hikari's earphones. She even had her eyes closed as if saying, "Don't bother me, I'm listening to my music." Wow. Completely all senses are shut. Well, 2 of the most important ones. Hearing and seeing. She just completely locked those off from everyone around her. If only we could make her somehow smell our confession, huh? That's one of the senses she hasn't blocked out, her sense of smell. If we could somehow create an odor that would let her know, like, "I love you, Hikari." What would that odor smell like? I don't even know. Hikari, I can hear your music. You should probably turn it down a little. No? I pulled one side out and leaned over to whisper in her ear. "I like you." Ow! That was louder than your music. And it's not here, not now? Okay, I'll try again later, okay? And the 3rd time had maybe been worse. Wow, you'd think that Akito would like learn from his mistakes, right? If it went bad the 1st time, then maybe the 2nd time would still be bad, but less worse. You'd think he'd improve over time, but nope, he's only getting worse. Aw, Kotaro-chan. What, Hikari just randomly walks along? This seems like one of those fucking cartoon moments, or just like the setup for like a joke, you know? Where like just, one day, Hikari just randomly walked by, humming and whistling. There she is! Go do your thing, Kotaro, go! Get her, girl! Get him, boy! Is Kotaro girl or boy? I don't know. Oh no! Is that what I think it is? Is it gonna be like a note? Oh no! No! Crumple, oh god! I'm cringing already right now. No way! Kotaro's making sound like, "Yup!" And then we're just like right around the corner waving at her like, "Hey Hikari, yep, that was for me!" With the biggest smile on our face. It's borderline creepy. "You're back! How did it go, buddy?" I unfolded the piece of paper Kotaro had in his mouth. "I hate you." Wow. Wow, alright, well, I guess, trying to make Hikari our waifu is, gonna be a tough challenge. I'd taken every chance I could, and tried a few different methods, but Hikari had shot them all down. God damn. Aside from my complete failures at winning over Hikari, however, Project Starlight was proceeding smoothly. Ooh, our web designer, Saya-chan. Saya waved me over to take a look at her laptop. Wow. On the screen was the brand new Project Starlight homepage. We decided to set up the special homepage to generate outside interest and help spread the word. It had a synopsis of the event, descriptions of what the Six Stars Club was doing, introductions for all of our members. I really think we should take advantage of, like, you know, the what did he call it, 60 seconds of fame or 60 minutes of fame that Hikari managed to garner with Kometo Girl, because it's kind of fitting too, right? Kometo Girl, Comet, it's astronomy themed, astronomy related. We're part of the Astronomy Club. The Astronomy Club is holding this Project Starlight, blah. It's all connected. I feel like we should definitely use that. It's a missed opportunity not to do so. Can I see the website? Everyone was agreed? Was agreed or has agreed? Is that actually, does it go, everyone was agreed, or is it just agreeing, agreeful? I don't fucking know. Everyone was agreeing. Let's go with that. That sounds better to me. Ha! Look at me, trying to pretend that I know English better than whoever translated this. Everyone was agreeing that she had done a good job. The design really was great. Saya had made it after all. After discussing website ideas with Honoka and the others, she made a design, got pictures from Toyota, and asked Seisen for some drawings. She got input from everyone and turned it into a great looking site. Saya had always been good at drawing pictures, so she had a knack for this kind of thing.
吉岡さんから OK がもらえたら今夜からもう公開だよ。ついに本格始動ってわけだね。
Once we announced Project Starlight to the public, there would be no turning back. The site even had a timeline of club activities. Each school was going to hand out flyers in their individual areas. By inviting the general public, we were planning for a considerably large event. It really does look great, Saya. It looks like a professional could have made
う
it.
ちの部の人たちにやり方を教えてもらったの。ほら、みんな漫画描いて、それをネットで公開したりしてるから。
Well, thank God for the manga club.
写真もイラストも綺麗です。いいよ。このサイトを見てもらえたら、きっと参加してくれる人も増えると思う。
Or they should use it like special appearance by Kometo Girl.
さすがさや。愛してる。
This makes it sound even worse, right? Like, we got rejected by Hikari, we confessed to her, and Hikari's even more like, I love you so much, Saya, I love you!
もう、いちいち抱きつかないでよ。
I really want to know the reason why she's like, it's just gotta be that she, in her mind, she thinks like, oh, Saya and, Akito belong together, right? Because, I mean, Hikari knows that it's something that goes way back, because remember with the whole love letter thing, right? Like, Saya was too embarrassed, and that's why she handed over the letter to Hikari for Hikari to give to Akito, which she did, but he didn't think it was a love letter, so never opened it. Yeah, we all remember that. But yeah, I guess that's why she's just like, nope, that's Saya's guy. I'm hands off. Nope, don't do it, Hikari. Hikari was right. People's confidence in our ability would depend on how well our site was put together. It was like the way words can be taken so differently when spoken by different people. It didn't really feel fair, but I suppose if you're trying to get somebody's attention, you have to put in the extra effort to do it right. Certainly.
そろそろ私、学校に戻らないと。
Uh-oh. 50 bucks says Hikari's gonna be like, oh no, don't leave or take me with you. I don't want those two. Apparently she had to go help with the comic again today. It's still a bit early, don't you think? But we should call it a day, maybe? There's nothing else we need to get done today.
ラジャーです。光どうする？早乙女で時間潰しててもらえたら、後で私も寄るけど。
She's like, no, that's where Akito's gonna be, and I'll be alone with him, and he's gonna corner me again and do the wall slap thingy. But this time I'll kick him in his nuts. When she heard the name of the shop, Hikari glanced my way.
今日私も用事あるし、さっさと帰るわ。ああ、もう行かないと。じゃあね、さや、ひなみちゃん。それからそこのバカ野郎。
Does that count? Right? She's saying she's out of here. She's basically running away. Hikari was talking a mile a minute as she threw her things in her bag and raced out the door.
またね。ってもういない。
Yeah, she's in quite a hurry. I wonder why. Could it be because of us? Nah, definitely not. It was Saturday.
つら星の会です。プロジェクトスターライトにご協力をお願いします。ご協力お願いします。
Ah, damn, all the girls are really enthusiastic. It was early afternoon on our day off, and the voices of our group rang out in front of Mikazuki Station.
よろしくお願いしますよろしくお願いしますほらトヨタもっと腹から声出せこういうの苦手なんだよ
Come on, shout it. Come on, Toyota. Our website was live, and our PR preparations were complete, so we'd move on to our next step, handing out flyers. First, we had to tell people who we were and what the goal of our project was. Our flyers had an explanation of the upcoming Geminid meteor shower, and a request for everyone to turn off their lights on its peak nights. We were getting together to go from one school neighborhood to another to hand out the flyers. One thing that actually, like, I don't know if that's gonna happen in this route too, or if that's gonna be like the difference with Project Starlight in comparison to the Saya route. But in the Saya route, it's something that happens in the route itself, right? Where at some point, we actually managed to convince the people in Harbor Town to like let us hold the Project Starlight there, right? That's where the whole like, yeah, turn off your fucking Christmas lights thingy came from as well. Especially that huge fucking Christmas tree. Yeah, so that's what happened in the Saya route. But I'm curious if that's like gonna happen here too, or are we gonna hold Project Starlight at a different location? Because we still have some sort of plan, right? It did say we have some sort of plan for to request people to turn off their lights on its peak night. So, I mean, that was the original plan as well. It's just it sort of devolved into later like, oh wait, Harbor Town has a lot of light pollution. Let's get them to turn their shit off. Maybe we'll get there eventually, or not, and we'll just go somewhere else. We decided people would be more at ease taking flyers from students at the local school's uniform, but mixing in others would draw more attention.
12月14日、大流星群の夜は電気を消そう。何なんだよこれ。
It's exactly as it fucking says, old dude. Can't you read?
光のって言葉をご存知ですか？ここを見てください。
Mikasuki Station wasn't a very large one, but that made us a rare sight. It was causing more people to stop and talk to us. We would show them the figures and illustrations on our flyer, and politely explain what our goal was.
なるほどね。そういえば、昔に比べて星の数が少なくなった気がする。
Oh yeah, you recognize, old man.
でしょ？双子座流星群の夜、一つでも多くの流星を見るために、皆さんに部屋の明かりを消してほしいんです。どうかご協力お願いします。
The man Hikari had been speaking with took a flyer and walked away. Spread the word, old man! Spread the word!
ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
Ah, thank you, I guess, for breaking my ears.
思ったよりちゃんと話を聞いてもらえてるね。そうですね。知らない人に声をかけるのはちょっとドキドキしますけど。吉岡ちゃん、しっかり明るく朗らかに。ほら、笑って笑って。こうでしょうか。笑顔が。
A genuine smile, Honoka, a real one. Hey everyone! We came a bit late. Hikari, the moment she hears our voice, she's like, ugh, the hairs on the back of her neck stands up. As I approached, Hikari quickly moved away from me to hide behind Saya. I guess from like Hikari's perspective, it's like, imagine if this happens, right? If you know that a friend of yours likes a guy or a girl, whatever, right? They like someone, and that person that they like actually turns out to be into you, then like, wouldn't you kind of feel like, oh shit, I'm like, you know that your best friend likes that person, and you're just like, oh fuck, if I even, maybe I like them too, but if I say yes to them, aren't I kind of betraying my best friend and that sort of stuff? So I'm guessing that's what Saya's feeling right now, and she just doesn't want to deal with that shit, maybe. But at least there's maybe like a sense of betrayal, like if I go for this, knowing that Saya has loved him and liked him all along, won't I be betraying her? I got permission to set out some flyers at the store.
本当ですか。助かります。
I don't know how much it'll help, but a lot of people in the area use our store. It was a small town, and there weren't many stores, and ours was open from early morning until late, so many people in the area used it. We even had a cafe corner, which meant a lot of middle-aged and older folks would stop by in the afternoon. It would be good exposure. Hell yeah, old man Champ is gonna come by, and I'll just sneak the flyer in between his like dirty magazine. The store manager knew some other business owners who said they'd put up flyers as well. I'd even got permission to hang one at the station. Oh damn.
そろそろ移動しましょうか。
We're going all out Project Starlight is at full fucking speed.
少し休憩してからにしませんか?
What? Dude, all we've been doing is standing and talking. How does that exhaust you, Toyoda? Judging from Toyoda's voice, he sounded exhausted. Our next stop was the shopping district near Meiko Academy, but Toyoda and the other first years weren't used to this kind of word, and were clearly tired.
そうですね。少し早いですが、お昼にしましょうか。
In that case, you're welcome to use the store's eating area. And not everyone had brought their own lunches with them, but you gotta pay for it though. That meant they would buy something at the store, so using the seats wouldn't be a problem.
では、お昼休憩にしましょう。
As soon as Honokawa has finished speaking, Hikari disappeared off in the opposite direction to avoid me. Man, she's like going really hard on trying to stay away from us, right? She's not even hiding the fact that like nothing happened. I feel like Saya should really have already noticed by now that something did happen and that Hikari has been acting really weird. Cause it's so obvious. I feel like she's not even trying to hide it. I decided to stay outside and was sipping on some milk coffee by myself. This hurts. Hikari was avoiding me at every turn. I was hoping to get the chance to approach her again today, but it seemed like Hikari was getting wise to my methods. I would have to start switching things up a bit. Oh yeah, let's go to plan F. That's how far we are up now. Recently, it might have seemed more like I was trying to shock her, rather than trying to confess to her. I guess that was pretty embarrassing. And when it was to somebody you had thought of as a best friend for so long, it just made it that much more difficult. But if I couldn't honestly express my feelings, she would never take me seriously. Oh, Saya. Saya noticed me standing by myself and had come to check on me. Not right now. I must not have been able to keep the disappointment out of my voice. Yeah, she noticed, she knows. Uh-oh, she'd hit the nail right on the head. Well, yes. Why do you think that? Yeah, I mean, come on, even a blind person would notice somehow, okay? It looked like my secret was out. Not much of a secret, dude. It wasn't a surprise, though. Hikari was making it pretty obvious. Though she probably thought she was being smooth about it. To tell the truth, I confessed to her. Uh-oh. As I said this, I glanced over cautiously to see what Saya's reaction would be. Oh gosh. I'm sorry, Saya. This probably hurts her, right? I figured she might get teary-eyed or flustered, but instead, she looked completely unfazed. I mean, she took it pretty well with Corona too, and Orihime too. You don't seem surprised. I mean, that's what she assumes, because she thinks she got... Well, never mind, she got the letter back here, right? Yeah, this is not the... Or no, wait. She didn't get the letter back here. But she still knew that about the letter stuff, right? That happened in the common route. I think, fuck me. Either way, I'm pretty... No, let me think. We held on to the letter, because that is the choice that gets us either into the Saya/Hikari route or Orihime/Corona route. If we give the letter back, that gets us into the Corona/Orihime route, because in the Corona route, Saya also told Corona when they were like on the bridge, right? And when Corona was ready to fight the evil witch back then, Saya told her that like about the letter thing, right? She told Corona about that, including that she got it back, as well as that she then realized that she was never... I'm so confused right now. It's 4 AM. I'm dead tired. I could be entirely wrong about everything I said just now, but anyway, regardless of which route she's in, Hikari, or Saya rather, seems to always take it rather well. Whether it's an act or not, I don't know, but she She seems to take it well whenever I tell her that I've confessed to someone else that's not herself. Really? How?
見てたらわかるよ。
She said it like the entire world had already known. Well, the entire world except Hikari herself then, I guess. Had I really been that obvious?
光はなんて?
I pulled out my phone, tapped the screen a few times, and showed it to her.
交際のご希望をいただいた件ですが、厳正なる審査の結果、落選とさせていただきました。
Very formal.
この度はご縁がなかったということで、誠に申し訳ございませんが、お断り申し上げます。
Why does this sound like I just went on a job interview and I didn't get the job?
警具って
Yeah, she's acting really weird about this shit. I'd received this message the day after my first confession. It was rather confusing, and I couldn't get why it sounded like I'd lost an election. She'd probably thought too much about it and rewritten her response over and over so many times that it had turned into something strange.
やっと言えたんだね。
Yep, I finally worked up the courage. Well, it wasn't even that. I don't think we were actually pretty quick and pretty upfront about like telling her, right? It was just the realization. It took us a while to come to the realization that we like Hikari, but the moment we realized it, we were actually pretty quick to tell her that like, we like you. Saya knelt down to pet Kotaro as she said this to herself. Kotaro looked content, lounging in the sun. I said it again. I like Hikari. That means that we can't...
わかった。
One thing that I feel like Akito does kind of well, which seems like a mean thing, but it's like in the end it's better for the other person that gets rejected. He sort of makes it clear, right? I feel like something that I would try to do is like I want to spare her feelings and I wouldn't want to hurt Saya, but in this situation, right, if you like someone else, knowing that the girl that you talk to or is a good friend of yours likes you too, but you just don't like her back, you'd want to like minimize the hurt caused to them, right? I'm not saying that he's purposefully hurting her, but in this situation, he has to hurt her. There's no other choice. It's better for him to hurt her now and just be direct and upfront, like, I like Hikari, sorry, that means that we can't be together, or we'll never be together, blah, blah, right? It's better for him to be honest and upfront about it so that Saya knows. Saya can then, you know, move on from that as well, or knows that there's a definite period behind the possibility of them being together, and then, yeah, Saya can move on from that. But let's say if I spare her feelings, right, or Akito spares her feelings more, and just leaves it more open-ended, or isn't as straightforward about, like, I like Hikari, that means you and I can't be together. Like, if he doesn't say that stuff, Saya will think that there's hope, she will hold on to that hope, and even though we know deep down inside we won't be with Saya, Saya doesn't know for certain, and therefore, she's just going to be hurt longer and over a longer period of time, right? Until eventually, I don't know what's gonna happen. She could, you know, at some point, she could be hurting for the rest of her life, wondering like, oh, if only we'd been together, I maybe had a chance, blah, 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 right? Or until a certain point where she just can't take it anymore and might do something crazy, I don't know. Not saying that she's gonna turn to Yandere or anything, but it could definitely sort of, you know, accumulate to something big where she just like, please Akito, I need an answer, something, right? It's just much, it seems crueler, but it's actually nicer to be upfront about it in that moment. It hurts and it sucks for them at that moment, of course, but you can't prevent them from getting hurt. It just can't be done. You seem awfully calm about this.
だってずっと前から気づいてたから。
Was it really that obvious? I'd only myself realized how I felt about her after she'd moved back to Japan. But Saya made it sound like she'd known for even longer than that. I think just because she like assumed, right? It's like, oh, well, I guess he doesn't like me. So... Oh, right, yeah, okay, I remember now. Yes, we didn't give back the letter to get into the Saya route, because I'm now remembering the Saya route, where like we talked on the bridge with Saya and told her about the misunderstanding that we had, right? Years back when she was sad and all alone waiting at the bridge for me. The day after she, or like, you know what she had written in the letter, that she would wait for me the day after to at the bridge to hear my answer, and we never showed up. That was so sad. But yeah, that's what happened. So I'm assuming that Saya, the moment she sort of just realized that, like, oh, he never showed up, that means he doesn't like me. Well, I guess he must like Hikari then. I think that's what Saya probably thought, and ever since then she just went with that assumption that, like, yeah, Akito likes Hikari. He likes Hikari. Why was she teasing me all of a sudden? Sure, but there was always that hope, right? Not anymore now, but there was always that hope before. Wait, what are you trying to say? What? Are you trying to say that you are in love with Hikari too? Are we gonna fight over Hikari? But if it's that, she doesn't mean it that way, right? Because if she is, then she's being awfully tsundere about the fact. Because she could get Hikari like that, right? She could get Hikari easily. Because look how Hikari's always like all over her. I love you, Saya, right? Which I think like it's mostly jokingly, but I don't know. I feel like this could totally be possible, okay? If there's like an alternate timeline where like we don't get with either girl and Hikari is all like, I love you, Saya, and Saya realizes I'll never get with Akito either, and that she likes Hikari too, then that could totally be a plausible Yuri love story. I could definitely see that, where Saya would, if she were to like say like, I like you, Hikari too, in a less joking way, then Hikari as well would be like, wait, this is truly how I actually feel, and then BAM! BAM! That could probably totally happen. I could see it happen. Yeah, but that makes me wonder, like, if Saya, which I don't know, like, you know, she's making it sound that way, but I'm not sure if that's what she actually means or what, right? But if that is the case, am I really gonna have to fight with Saya over Hikari? Cause, no, I'm sorry, but like, I feel like I'm gonna lose that battle. I feel like I don't stand a chance. Thanks. Though she still rejected me. A total of 4 times, in fact. But I think Saya just meant it in like, you know, I like her, but not in a love way. Just, she's very fond of her. Saya let out a sigh. Saya stopped petting Kotaro and stood up. I feel like out of the 3 of us, right, the childhood friends, Saya is definitely like the more mature one. Not only does she look more mature and elegant, right, but she is the mature one as well. Are you sure it's okay? As usual. I have missed your mom's food, Saya. Aww. I didn't know what to say to that, so I just remained silent. I wonder if I could have said something more comforting had I been an adult with more experience dealing with things like love. Saya reacted to my speechlessness by letting out a small chuckle. What? Why? Saya actually sounded a little relieved as she said this. Then she turned and headed back inside with all the others. Why did she say that I wish I'd been born a guy? I gratefully began shoveling the lunch Saya's mom had made for me into my empty stomach. Nom, 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 nom. Saya's mom's eggs are always so good. Ah, Kotara's like, hey bro, can you give me an egg too? Just one. Just give me 1 bite. Poor Kotaro. And we didn't even share our lunch with him. We're such a selfish fuck. We could really use your help to make Project Starlight a success! Corona-chan is here too, Merope! Oh no, she's not Merope here anymore, cause this is a year later and she's already joined Mako Academy. After lunch, we'd moved to the shopping district near Mako Academy to hand out flyers. We moved around a few times to the areas with the most people before finally heading to school. Just like at Mikazuki Station, it seemed like people were interested in what a group of students from a mix of schools were doing together. Though coming to the school on a weekend meant that only the students who had club activities were here, it was a little disappointing.
学校で配るなら別の日にした方が良かったですね。
Yeah, on a weekend does not seem like a good day to do this so. It seemed like an obvious oversight once we were there. We'd chosen our day off because it was easier for everyone to meet, but it seemed like we hadn't thought it all the way through. Can't we just do it in maybe an hour or two when we would normally have our 6 Stars Club meeting? It seemed like an obvious mistake in retrospect, but it was our first time doing this. Other oversights were bound to occur as well. Let's come back to hand out flyers at school on a weekday.
はい。
Aw, Honoka sounds so dejected, disappointed. Once it started getting later, however, the number of students heading home from club activities began to increase. We started handing out more flyers than expected.
専門部です。よろしくお願いします。します。
We're running out of flyers.
それなら今、ひかりさんがプリントしに行ってくれてます。
Oh, she's printing out some more? I hadn't even realized she was gone until Honoka had said something. I mean...
なんだか、スラミ君を避けているようでしたが、喧嘩でもしたんですか?
I mean, Hikari is making it really hard for me to even see her in the first place, right? She's really as if we're playing hide and seek. No, it's nothing like that. Sorry, wow, if even Honoka notices it. I mean, it's so obvious. It seemed like the others were worried about us. I felt bad, so I started working even harder at passing out flyers.
なんなのよあいつ。油断するとすぐ好きだとか言い始めるし、気も抜く暇もないわ。
I'm sorry, Hikari.
おかげで肩が凝っちゃって。
光。
Uh-oh. Is Sai actually gonna talk some sense into Hikari? Don't worry.
さやか。びっくりした。
It's not me, girl. Chill out. Relax, okay? For 5 seconds.
私も手伝うよ。
ありがとう。でももう終わるし。
ね
え。Hey, Saya, tell her. Talk some sense into this mad girl.
え。アキト君のこと避けてる？
何のことかな。
Come on, Hikari.
気のせいよ。そんなわけないじゃん。やだな。私のことはいいから。さやはアキトんとこ行っといでよ。
どうして？
もっと猛烈アピールしまくらないと。あいつ奥手だからさ。ちょっと大胆なくらいがいいと思うよ。ほら、キスした時みたいな。
The hesitation when she actually mentioned that and even thought about that time.
私もアシストをするからさ。
そういうのいらないかな。
なんでよ。
だってアキト君が好きなのは別の人だもん。
Uh-oh. Could it? Nah, right? I don't think that this is something... Because I'm thinking, right? Like, I feel like with maybe some friends, people that aren't like childhood friends, but it could even happen to girls who are like childhood friends, right? Because I feel like, I mean, girls have fought over more petty things, but like, and like broken their friendship with other girls over more petty things. So have guys, of course, but like, I feel like it's totally possible that maybe this could sort of like devolve into a fight over Akito, but I don't think Saya is that kind of girl. So I don't think it's I don't think it would happen between these two characters, but it's something that would totally happen with other girls, maybe, right? But it would actually fight with each other, like, no, I like Akito, he likes you, and then Saya, the girl that would then be Saya, that would be rejected by Akito, would be like, you bitch!
そんなことは
あるよ。だってアキト君が言ってたから。
But this is like, this is the weird thing about it, right? Where like it feels like the other person decides for the other who belongs with who, right? It's sort of like Hikari just fucking kind of like forces this Saya/Akito thing. Saya, she doesn't really force it, but she acknowledges and sort of like realizes that, like, okay, Akito and Hikari, in her mind, like, okay, those two belong together. And then Akito, dumbass, only just now realized he likes Hikari. But it just sort of feels like that, like both of the girls are just like, no, no, he belongs with you. No, he belongs with you. And then like, yeah. But then trying to kind of be nice about it. They obviously don't want to break their friendship over it either, if it could ever happen.
告白されたんでしょ？そんな顔しないでよ。私ずっと前から知ってたから。あっくんの気持ち。
違うの、それはあいつが勘違いしてるだけで。っていうか、さやが可愛すぎるからビビってんのよ。多分気にすることないからね。
I mean, you're not wrong. She is out of my league.
そういう光はどうなの？
私？
あっくんのことどう思ってるの？
どうも何も、きっぱり断ってやったわよ。
私に気を使ってるんじゃなくて？
違う違う、アキトはただの友達。いいやつだとは思うよ。
Wow, am I really getting friend-zoned right now, Hikari? What the fuck?
だよね。ぶっきらぼうだけど優しいし。
I know Sai is like trying to convince Hikari, like, no, he's a cool guy. You should totally go out with him.
ちょっと子供っぽいとこあるけど、そこが可愛かったりするし。
そうそう。
You're agreeing with everything she says, you know?
ご飯の差し入れとかすると本当に美味しそうに食べてくれるんだよ。
いいよね、そういうとこ。
See, she's like so happy, like, oh yeah, yeah, he's totally great, is he? But I rejected him. I don't like him. I definitely don't like him. No, what the fuck?
それから星を見てる時の横顔が素敵なんだ。ワクワクしててザ少年の目って感じがする。
わかる、いいよね、あの目。
See?
いや、今のはただの一般論で、きっとさやはあいつのそういうところを好きになったんだろうなって話で。
Yeah, sure, Hikari. Sure.
ねえ、ひかり。昔、私がアキトくんのことを好きになっちゃった時、相談に乗ってくれたよね。あの時のお返しがしたいの。もしひかりもアキトくんのこと好きなんだったら。
恋って。何その恥ずかしいワード。私には似合わないから。
What's wrong with the L word, Hikari? Love, love.
どうして？ひかり可愛いよ。
もうさやに言われたって闇でしかないの。あんたみたいにおしとやかじゃないし、可愛くないし。
What does graceful and beautiful have to do with cuteness?
っていうか、私のことはいいから、あんたが頑張りなさい。ほら、とっととアキトんとこ行って、あいつの目を覚まさせてやって。
そう。じゃあいいわ。
Wait, what? Sai, why are you agreeing with her? You're supposed to...
何なんで怒るの？
You're supposed to talk her out of this shit.
別に怒ってなんてないわ、ほうき星さん。
Well, why are you calling her Hokiboshi?
名字で呼んだ？ 6 年ぶりくらいに名字で呼ばれた。
Oh god, this is like when your mom calls you by your full name when she's angry at you. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed, Christopher Malphite III.
何でも話せる友達だって思ってたの。私だけだったんだね。
やだ、怒んないでよ、天の川さん。
Look at Hikari trying to do it back. It's not as effective if you're not the angry one.
あ、名字で呼んだ。自分が先に呼んだんでしょ。もう光なんて知らない。
Wait, what?
それはこっちのセリフよ。シッシ、アキトんとこ行っちまえ。
Wait, are they actually gonna fight over this? But this is a silly way to fight. This is like, because they don't want to, like, you know, because she doesn't want to agree and she's forcing the other. Not because they're not fighting over like, oh, you like the guy that I like, right? They're not like in a petty revenge kind of like anger. It's more like you're forcing me onto him knowing that he doesn't like me back. No, don't fight with each other. Come on. This is really petty. Come on, girls. Oh no. Huh? My phone went off, letting me know I had a new message. I pulled it out and looked at the screen.
ちょっと来て。
Wait, what? This is a pretty blunt message for Saya. She's like, come here. The message was only 2 words long, but I could still tell that Saya wasn't happy about something. Is it like, okay, we're gonna resolve this right now with all three of us in the same room, right? Because I feel like Saya's only heard this from like, it hasn't really happened that way, right? We only told Hikari when we were alone. Saya has told Hikari when they were alone. It's never been us three to get in one room to just like be straightforward about everything, so there can be no confusions. The other person can't say like, oh no, I misheard, or not acknowledge the confession and all that shit. Let's fucking do this. If this is Saya's plan, then I agree with this. The last I knew, she was on her way to find Hikari and lend her a hand. Hey, I'll be right back, you guys.
Hi.
Corona, would you take the rest of my flyers?
Wakata!
Thank you, that's my Corona-chan. I had a really bad feeling as I made my way to the school building. I wonder what happened. I didn't know what to expect as I headed toward the Astronomy Club's room. Being a weekend, there wasn't a soul anywhere in sight. The sun was getting low in the sky and was casting long, deep shadows across the hallways. As I approached the room, Hikari appeared from the doorway. Huh? From the moment she saw me, it was as if she'd entered a state ready for battle. It's like the fight or flight kicked in, and she chose to fight rather than flight. Hey, do you know where Saya is?
Amanogawa-san nara.
Are you really? Come on! Amanogawa?
Akito-kun.
Hey, or should I call you Amanogawa now too? Hey, Saya, I don't know. What should I call you? Saya came out of the room behind Hikari. She rushed over to me and paused just long enough to whisper something so only I could hear. Huh? Oh, I see what you're planning, Saya. Oh, you're gonna make her jealous. Oh, God. Is that your plan, Saya? Oh, God. Saya's voice suddenly sounded soft and sweet as she threw her arms around me. Huh? What? She's gonna be so overly, like, close to me, lovey-dovey-esque even, where, like, Hikari just, you know, forcing Hikari to react. Saya, what are you doing? This is so unlike Saya. Squeeze. As she continued to cling to me, she began to lean her full body weight into me. The funniest thing to me is that Saya could only do this for her friend, right? She could never be this bold. When like, if she just really liked me, like if it was her route, for example, she would never just act this way, right? That's just not how Saya is. But because she's like, you know what, I gotta do this for my friend. This is for the best for both of them. I had no choice but to grab her to keep her from falling. My nose was suddenly filled with her scent. Oh, sweet Saya. It was probably the shampoo that she used. What now, Hikari? This is... Saya, what are you doing? I began to protest in a soft voice as Saya began to sway, her arms still wrapped around me. What was going on? Had my confession to Hikari sparked some last flame of jealousy? But Hikari's looking at me like she wants to kill me. She's like, yeah, that's kind of the point. Wait, are you trying to have me dead? Now I understood what she was doing. This seemed like a bad way of going about it, though. Maybe, but I do agree that like she kind of needs that extra push, whether it's something that could possibly turn into something bad, right? Like her kind of exploding right now. I think in the long run it will have been for the better. Uh-oh. Hikari glared at me as she walked by without a word. Hikari, wait! Now I'm Sorami? My full name? You might as well fucking call me Salami! She hadn't used that in over 6 years. Hikari sped off down the hallway and out of sight. I guess that kind of backfired. She was able to control herself. Wow.
本当に光とのこと手伝ってあげようと思ったの。
I know, Saya. I appreciate the sentiment, but I think I should figure this one out on my own. Thank you though, Saya. I appreciate it. It seemed that my two childhood friends were both catastrophically terrible at helping others with matters of love. Hikari had stormed off, clearly angry. It wasn't an ideal situation, but if Hikari's reaction had been due to jealousy, then that was actually a good thing for me. I mean, this is the weird part though, isn't it? Like, isn't this what Hikari told Saya to do, right? Which is why Saya's like, yeah, by Hikari saying that, like, oh yeah, Saya, you should totally go after him, she is not being honest with herself. Like, her kind of, like, that's what she wanted, and now she's mad, right? Now she's mad, like, oh, what? Saya's throwing himself at Akito, what? Oh god. And then these feelings that she then gets inside of her, she's probably wondering, like, where did these come from? Why am I feeling jealous right now? I'm not supposed to. I couldn't be certain she was just plain angry, though. I agree.
皆さん、本日はお疲れ様でした。双子座流星群までまだ余裕があります。
Aye, aye, President.
地道に頑張っていきましょう。
お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。
I'm surprised you're still able to speak, Toyota.
お疲れ様です。
Good work, Hinami.
お疲れ様でした。
You too, Corona. Everyone will be splitting up and heading in different directions from here. It would be faster for everyone from Moromisawa and Nishihai to use a different station than Mikazuki.
私、別のバスで帰るね。
Oh yeah. Saya seemed a little down as she said this. She made her way to the bus station in the opposite direction as me. I decided it would be a bad idea to make eye contact with Hikari just then. Is she gonna be alright?
ひなみん、ちょっとだけ待っててもらっていい？部室寄ってから帰るから。
いいよ。
the two friends, right? The two small titty friends. It sounded like it would be a little while before Hinami and Corona headed home. That left Hikari as the only other person heading to the same bus stop as me. Hikari set off toward the bus stop at a brisk pace, pretending I wasn't even there. I wanted to explain what had happened inside, but I didn't think she was going to let me. Instead, I decided to let her anger subside a little. I followed after her, but left plenty of space between us. Alright, we're going on the same bus. The bus was nearly empty, and I took a seat in the very back. Hikari sat a few seats ahead of me and made a point of not looking in my direction. She's pretty upset. It wasn't that uncommon for her and Saya to get into fights over silly things like this. Silly little things. Wait, am I the little thing in this situation? What? Before long, they were usually back to normal as if nothing had ever happened. In the first place, I figured it was best to just leave it alone. Right now, I was more worried about her being angry with me. I pulled out my phone and sent her a quick text. Can you give me a chance to explain? Come on, Hikari. Hikari must have felt her phone vibrate because she took it out to check it. Come on, Hikari, please. She looked at it for a couple of seconds, thinking, before she shoved it back into her pocket. Completely ignored, god damn it. I mean, to be fair, we've probably gotten used to all the rejections and, you know, her ignoring us the entire time. It seemed like I would need to wait for a better time to try and explain everything. If I kept pushing, it might just make things worse. It was probably best to just give up for today and reflect on the day's event by myself. The bus headed for the old Mikazuki village, driving along at a leisurely pace. Before I realized it, my eyes grew heavy and I must have fallen asleep. Oh, you fell asleep in a bus? Handing out flyers all day had been tiring work. I guess the motions of the bus were just too much, and I lost to a wave of drowsiness. I get that too. Whenever I ride the bus, I just get really tired. Is it the waves of it? The waves of the motions of the bus? I don't know. It gets really sleepy in there. I felt something move next to me. Somebody must have sat down next to me after I had nodded off. Please don't be like an oldie, dirty, crusty old man. I considered scooting over a bit, but I was still half asleep, and the thought of moving was too much of a hassle. I always move to like the back of the bus because usually most people that like want to sit always, you know, most people just try and find a seat at the front of the bus, right? And in the back, not so much. So you always usually have a place to sit there. Wait, what? Saya? I mean Hikari? What the fuck? Why do I keep sometimes I keep messing up their names, but this is definitely Hikari. She was all over me. I was suddenly wide awake. Now that my brain was working, it seemed odd that somebody I didn't know would sit down next to me on a bus that was virtually empty. I opened my eyes just a hair and saw an high skirt and long hair tied back in a ponytail. Hikari was sitting next to me. What was she doing? That's Hikari. That's not up to you to decide. Squeeze, what is she doing? Huh? Something soft was pressed up against my arm. What the hell? Hikari, what are you doing? Is this like her revenge or something? Oh, Saya got close to you, now I'm gonna get close to you too? Was Hikari locking arms with mine? It seemed like Hikari had slipped her arm through mine and was clinging to it. Is she just sort of like, out of anger, actually just sort of acting on her real feelings, right? Or out of jealousy? Jealousy or anger or a combination, mixture of both? Whatever was pressing against my arm was so incredibly soft that it actually made the uncomfortable seat cushion feel even harder. But I couldn't tell what was happening. I mean, do you really have to do this at like the drowsiness of when I just woke up from a nap? I was still pretending to be asleep. Oh, really? So we actually woke up, but we never really like opened our eyes. We just kept pretending to be asleep the whole time. So Hikari is still whispering into my ears, probably just getting this off her chest, thinking I'm not hearing her because I'm asleep anyway. Do what? I feel like you're testing yourself here, Hikari. She's testing like, am I gonna feel anything? Hikari leaned over and whispered this, tickling my ear with her breath. She leaned in closer, pressing further up against me. What is she doing? She's rubbing her boobs all over me. The soft feeling against my arm became a bit firmer, and I could feel Hikari's heartbeat. It was racing a mile a minute. Girl, what are you doing? What's your plan? Like, what if I were to suddenly wake up now, huh? Which I actually am, but she doesn't know that. Hikari was staring intently at my face. Had she realized I was faking? Uh-oh. I'm not gonna react, because that would make you think I'm asleep. I'm just... Zzz. She continued staring at my face, clearly suspicious. How cute, Hikari. She began poking my face, and the bridge of my nose began to itch. Oh god! That's the worst! When, like, you know, you got an itch, but you're, for some reason, in a situation where you can't scratch that itch. That's the worst. Where you gotta, like, you gotta use all your willpower to not scratch your itch right now. I was trying really hard to resist the urge to scratch it. If she realized I was awake, there was no doubt this perfect moment would come to an end, and we don't want it to end yet. Who knows how further Hikari's going, huh? Not only was she touching my face, but her arm was interlocked with mine. I wanted to make this last as long as possible. Yeah, but this is the thing about love, you know? It has to come from both people, not just one person. I mean, there's kinda some truth to that, but Saya seemed okay. Is that just like her reason? Just like, Yeah, she belongs to Saya. I don't. This just. I mean, it does put a strain, possibly, right? Or like complicates all of their friendships with each other and all that things. But that's kind of bound to happen, right? Even though Hikari probably wouldn't admit it, in the Saya route herself, when we dated Saya, I'm pretty sure Hikari was, at least to some degree, kind of like hurting or sad that like, I guess. Yes, I'm happy for both my friends, of course, but like, I guess I'm not with Akito. There's gotta be some part of her that felt that way. Not hearing a thing. Zzz. Well, get ready to die. This was bad. Zzz. I suddenly choked on my breath and sat bolt upright in my seat. Wait, what? We choked? How did we randomly just choke on our breath? My body had reacted instinctively to a tickle on my side, and when my eyes flew open, they met Hikari's. Oh! Hikari was suddenly completely speechless. Her face began to grow bright red. I was, but goddammit, she began to tremble. She was probably in shock, seeing as how our arms were still locked together. No, don't die! Grab! Hikari tried to stand up and get away, but I grabbed her arm to stop her. There was no way I was just letting go just yet. No, girl! You're locked to me right now. You're stuck to me. Wait, I just woke up. I didn't even hear that much. Die. Something about me being all over Saya, and even though I said I liked you. That's everything? Oh shit. Oh shit. I understand how you feel, but please just calm down. As I was trying to calm Hikari down, I looked around and realized that we were the only ones left on the bus. Hell, the bus driver isn't even here anymore. The bus is driving itself. That was a relief. Just let me apologize for earlier. I'm sorry for how much I may have looked when Saya grabbed me. How many times do I have to tell you? Saya isn't the one I like. Whoa. She kissed me. And what kind of like, old school thinking is that? Is like the person that I had my first kiss with, I have to marry that person? What? Well, this is not fucking 1500s or whatever. What are you, 8? I was still holding Hikari's arm, so I pulled her toward me. Whoa! Without anything to support herself, she fell towards me. I caught her in my arms and whispered into her ear. Fine then, this will be the last time. The last confession. I'm not going to say this again, so listen very carefully. I'm not joking around when I say this. I truly do like you, Hikari. Oh, what, we're kissing? Holy shit! I mean, this time we're kissing her and she... See? This is what I mean. I mean, yeah, I may have, you know, lost my first kiss to Saya, but she's in the same situation you are in right now. She kissed me and you're just sitting there in shock, right? So was I. Now you know how I felt back then. With that, my final confession, I lowered my head and kissed her. For an instant, Hikari tried to get away, but in her current position, all she could do was try and sit up, and that just pushed her further into my kiss. That was exactly her plan. And thanks to that, I was able to fully savor the feeling of her lips on mine. They were incredibly soft. I pressed my hand into her back and held her loosely as I pressed my lips harder against her. Oh yeah, smooth. Hold her. Is she like trying to speak actually? She's kinda liking it. She's starting to blush. I felt Hikari's body slowly begin to relax. She's not struggling anymore. Her eyes had gone wide in shock at first, but her eyelids slowly drooped. She looked as if she were in a dream. She just can't believe it, huh? This is the thing she's always wanted, but never fully admitted to herself that this is something that she wanted. She's accepted it! Yes! I was already in that dream, kissing the girl I liked. I was lost in a feeling of euphoria. The feeling I got from her lips on mine was complete bliss. The weight of her body against mine felt good too. I continued to hold her, stroking the long hair that fell down her back. I was thoroughly enjoying our kiss. I finally came to my senses and realized that her eyes were locked at point-blank range. She was staring up at me, a questioning look on her face. Thinking about it, I realized that I'd kissed her immediately after confessing. I mean, that's like kind of a smooth move, but at the same time kind of a dick move as well, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a complete 50-50 play. If like immediately after confessing you go for the kiss, right? Because a person can be just blindsided by the confession, and despite like maybe not wanting to kiss you, you're forcing your kiss on her. I don't know. That's like a 50-50 to me. It can work out really well, or you know, and it can actually be like the spark that sort of, I guess, the relationship needed, or it can just like be really bad. That meant I'd never given her a chance to respond. I still didn't want to end the kiss, however. I mean, the way she kissed us back, the way she's leaning into it, relaxing her body while kissing us, the fact that she's still kissing us, isn't that kind of an answer in itself? If I could have, I would have stayed like that all the way until the bus reached our stop, so I wouldn't have any regrets. I gave Hikari one last squeeze, and pressed my lips harder against hers before slowly releasing our kiss. Oh wow, we just kissed. Yep, that just happened, girl. Our faces were still close enough together that our noses almost touched. Hikari had a distant look on her face. Her eyes were damp and sparkled in the light. They were so beautiful. Her lips were still slightly parted. They almost seemed to be sad the kiss was over. They look so cute. You got such cute lips. I guess this means we have to get married now. Oh, bam! Flipping her logic on her. Nice one, Akito. Smooth. I waited for Hikari to respond. I had mustered all the courage in me for this last confession. I hoped it had finally been enough. Oh no! I'm protecting my balls right now. And my shin. Now I'm a cheating jerk? What? Ah! What? Something skin-colored flashed in the corner of my eye, and the next thing I knew, the world was spinning and my cheeks stung something fierce. The force of the blow had thrown me back against the window of the bus. Ding dong, ding dong. Hikari was repeatedly mashing the button to let the driver know she wanted to get off. Whoa! What do you mean cheating, jerk? I'm not even in a relationship with anybody. The bus was just pulling up to Mikazuki Station. Hikari stormed off the bus in a violent rage. Hell, if my bike had been right there outside, she would have taken it again. This was my stop too. I needed to get off, but so dizzy. Damn, that must have been one hell of a slap. One slap Hikari. The slap Hikari had given me must have rattled my brain, because I couldn't see straight. Damn! A slap that gives you a concussion. Holy shit. The bus didn't care about me though. It pulled out of the station and kept on going. Wait, we're still in the bus? The fuck?